Did you know there is a mineral that can improve your memory, pause, give you more energy, protect your bones, and help you sleep better? Most older adults never ask themselves that question. Pause. But the answer can change their quality of life. That mineral is magnesium. Pause. Although it is present in many foods, more than 70% of people over 65 do not consume it in the necessary amount. Pause. The result: constant tiredness, leg cramps, trouble sleeping, and a memory that no longer works as it used to. Does that sound familiar? Pause. Today I want to tell you why magnesium is so important. Pause. What happens in the body when it is lacking? Pause. And how you can obtain it naturally and safely. Before we get into the details, think about this. Pause. Have you ever slept through the night, yet woken up exhausted? Or found yourself forgetting small details more often? Pause. Or felt your muscles and bones seem to lose strength over time? In many cases, pause, the cause is not age. A lack of magnesium. Imagine your body as an orchestra. Pause. Each instrument represents a vital function: the heart that beats, the lungs that breathe, the muscles that move, the brain that remembers. Magnesium is the conductor. Without it, the instruments fall out of order. Pause. And the music loses harmony. A simple example. Pause. Many people believe nighttime cramps are inevitable with age, when in reality they are often linked to magnesium deficiency. Pause. The same happens with those nights when sleep will not come. Pause. Or with the feeling of fatigue even after resting. It is also common to notice difficulty concentrating. Perhaps you start reading the newspaper, pause, or try to remember an errand, and your mind wanders. That lack of focus may be related to a deficiency of magnesium that affects the nervous system, pause, and the ability to maintain mental clarity. Science confirms that this mineral participates in more than 300 functions in the body. That means that without it, almost the entire body suffers. Bones lose strength, the heart tires, pause, and memory stops performing as it should. In this video, you will discover how such a small mineral can have an enormous impact on your health. Pause. We will talk about the symptoms that indicate you are lacking it, the benefits of consuming it, the foods that contain it. Pause. And when a supplement may be useful. And do not worry, it will not be a complicated explanation. Pause. We will cover everything with clear, easy-to-remember examples, so that by the end you have practical information to care for your body and mind. Stay until the end. Pause. Because I assure you that you will learn magnesium secrets you have probably never heard before. Your health and your well-being are worth it. Pause. 1. The role of magnesium in the body. Magnesium is one of those silent minerals we rarely think about. Pause. Yet it works all the time inside of us. Unlike well-known vitamins like C or D. Pause. Magnesium usually goes unnoticed. Pause. However, it performs functions so important that without it, the body simply cannot work properly. To begin with, magnesium participates in more than 300 different processes in the body. That means every single cell needs magnesium to do its job. Pause. From producing energy to keeping the heartbeat steady. This mineral is behind countless vital functions. One of its central roles is in the muscles. Pause. Surely you have felt a nighttime cramp in your leg at some point. Muscles require magnesium to relax after contracting. Pause. When it is lacking, they stay tense and spasms appear. Magnesium acts like the switch that turns off contraction. Pause. And allows the muscle to rest. It is also essential for the nervous system. Pause. Magnesium helps regulate the electrical impulses between neurons, supporting calmness, focus, and good mood. Pause. That is why many people with deficiency feel nervous, irritable, or struggle with sleep. This effect is linked to its influence on brain messengers that promote relaxation and balance. Let us not forget the heart. Pause. Every beat is coordinated by electrical signals that depend in part on magnesium. Maintaining adequate levels helps the heart beat regularly and efficiently. Pause. Reducing the sensation of palpitations and fatigue during everyday efforts like climbing stairs or walking a few blocks. Magnesium is also involved in energy production. When we eat, the body turns food into fuel. Pause. For that energy to actually reach the cells and keep you active, magnesium is indispensable. Pause. Without it, it is like having gas in the tank. Pause. But no spark to start the engine. Perhaps the most overlooked role is in the bones. Pause. Calcium is not the only player. More than half of the body's magnesium is stored in the skeleton. Pause. Where it helps calcium settle properly. Pause. And keeps the structure strong. It also works together with vitamin D, making sure the body can use it effectively. Its impact even reaches digestion and blood sugar control. Pause. It contributes to regular intestinal movement and participates in reactions that help keep blood sugar within healthy ranges. Pause. That is why when it is lacking, it is more common to notice constipation, energy crashes after meals. Pause. Or sudden cravings for sweets. It also plays a role in blood pressure, supporting relaxed blood vessels that allow for steadier and healthier circulation each day. Pause. In short, magnesium is a silent worker that supports the body's structure every single second. We do not see it, but its absence is felt. Cramps, nervousness, light sleep, fatigue, and fragile bones. Understanding its role is the first step to taking care of it. Pause. In the next part, I will show you how to identify the signals of deficiency. Pause. And what your body is trying to tell you when this mineral is scarce. 2 signs of magnesium deficiency. Imagine if your body could send you little alarms every time it lacked an essential nutrient. With magnesium, those alarms actually exist. Pause. But most people do not recognize them. The symptoms are often confused with normal signs of aging. Pause. And what may be a clear warning is instead accepted as something inevitable. One of the most common symptoms is muscle cramps. Pause. Especially in the legs at night. Many people believe they are an unavoidable part of aging. Pause. But in reality, they are often a clear sign the body needs more magnesium. Pause. If cramps repeat frequently, it is very likely your muscular system is calling for help. Another widespread symptom is constant fatigue. We are not talking about normal tiredness after a long day. Pause. But that feeling of exhaustion that does not improve even after a full night's rest. Magnesium is directly linked to cellular energy production. Pause. And when it is missing, the body simply cannot turn on its motor with the same strength. Insomnia is also a typical alarm. Poor sleep is not always just age. Magnesium acts as a natural regulator of sleep. Pause. Because it calms the nervous system and helps the brain enter a state of relaxation. When levels are low, the body stays alert. Pause, and it is much harder to fall into deep, restorative sleep. Another important sign is memory loss or difficulty concentrating. Pause. Have you noticed forgetting simple things like where you left your keys or what you were about to say? Of course, memory changes with age. Pause. But magnesium deficiency can accelerate this process. Pause. Because it directly affects communication between neurons. High blood pressure may also be linked to lack of magnesium. This mineral helps relax blood vessels. Pause. Allowing blood to flow more freely. Pause. When it is missing, pressure tends to rise, increasing the risk of cardiovascular problems. A less well-known but very real symptom is tingling or numbness in the hands and feet. Pause. Magnesium is essential for transmitting nerve signals. And without enough, unusual sensations in the extremities can appear. Deficiency can also trigger changes in mood. Pause. Irritability, anxiety, or even unexplained sadness. Pause. May have more to do with body chemistry than with outside circumstances. To understand better, let us think about the story of Mr. Ernesto, a 72-year-old man who always thought his cramps and bad temper were just quirks of old age. Pause. After visiting his doctor and improving his magnesium intake, he noticed within weeks that he slept better. Pause. His energy increased, and those unbearable cramps disappeared. These symptoms are like pieces of a puzzle. Pause. You might experience one or two. Pause, or perhaps several at the same time. The important thing is to recognize them early. Pause. Ignoring them can lead to more serious problems. Weaker bones, a fatigued heart, poorly controlled blood sugar. Pause. or memory that deteriorates faster than necessary. The body is always speaking. Pause. But often it does so in a low voice. Cramps, tiredness, high blood pressure, or insomnia are its way of saying, I need magnesium. Pause. Paying attention to these signals can mean the difference between living with limitations, pause, or enjoying old age with more energy, mental clarity, and vitality. In the next section, I will show you why, by correcting this deficiency, older adults not only improve their symptoms, pause, but can even recover aspects of their lives they thought were already lost. 3. Benefits of magnesium for older adults. So far, we have talked about the signs that indicate your body may be lacking magnesium. But the most exciting part comes now. Pause. Discovering everything that can improve in your life when you provide the body with the right amount of this mineral. Pause. The benefits are so wide that many specialists call it a master nutrient. 1. Strengthens bones and prevents osteoporosis. As the years go by, bone density decreases. Pause. This raises the risk of fractures. Pause. And makes simple activities like climbing stairs or bending down to pick something up potentially dangerous. Many people believe that only calcium matters for bone health. But the truth is that without magnesium, calcium cannot settle correctly. Pause. It is like trying to build a wall with bricks, but no cement to hold them together. Adequate magnesium intake helps keep bones strong, reduces fragility, and preserves independence in daily life. Poor. For an older person, it means walking with security, maintaining balance, pause, and reducing the fear of falls that often limit mobility. 2. Improves memory and concentration. Magnesium acts directly on brain connections. Pause. Studies show it facilitates communication between neurons, which translates into better memory and greater mental clarity. Pause. For an older adult, this means remembering family names. Pause. Following a conversation without losing track, or enjoying reading without interruptions. Imagine the satisfaction of completing a crossword again, or engaging in a lively chat with grandchildren without forgetting important details. These small victories strengthen confidence, pause, and help keep the mind young. 3. Regulates blood sugar. Magnesium is crucial in glucose metabolism. Pause. It helps insulin function properly and keeps blood sugar stable. Pause. This is especially important because with age, the risk of developing diabetes increases. Having good magnesium levels not only protects against the disease, pause, but also prevents sudden drops in energy after meals. That way, the body maintains vitality consistently throughout the day. 4. Protects the heart. The heart is a tireless muscle, and every beat depends in part on magnesium. Pause. This mineral regulates the electrical signals that keep the heart beating regularly. When levels are adequate, arrhythmias are reduced. Pause. And blood circulation improves. For older adults, pause. This means less fatigue while walking, greater physical endurance, and a lower risk of cardiovascular complications. Pause. In other words, magnesium helps keep the body's motor running strong and stable. 5. Promotes deep and restorative sleep. Good sleep is one of the greatest desires in later life. Magnesium relaxes the nervous system, eases muscle tension, and helps the body prepare for restful sleep. People who increase their magnesium intake often notice they wake up with more energy, pause, and in a better mood. Imagine what it would mean to once again sleep 7 uninterrupted hours. It is not just rest, pause, but regaining quality of life and vitality. 6. Supports the digestive system. Magnesium promotes intestinal movement, which helps prevent constipation, a very common problem among older adults. Pause. A more regular intestine means less discomfort, greater comfort, and better nutrient absorption. Keeping digestion balanced also directly influences daily energy, pause, and overall mood. 7. Reduces stress and anxiety. This mineral functions as a natural relaxant. It encourages the production of neurotransmitters that foster relaxation and emotional balance. Pause. For older adults, this can translate into less nervousness, reduced daily tension, and a greater sense of peace. Magnesium acts as a shield against emotional wear, helping you calmly enjoy activities like reading, walking, or spending time with family. 8. Increases energy and vitality. One of the most valued benefits is its impact on energy. By participating in the production of ATP, the molecule that powers the cells, pause, magnesium fights fatigue and restores vitality. This allows you to better enjoy everyday activities, walking without exhaustion, dancing at family gatherings, pause, or simply waking up in the morning with enthusiasm to start the day. Pause. In short, magnesium is an ally for healthy longevity. Pause. It protects the heart, strengthens the bones, keeps the mind active, improves sleep, supports digestion, regulates blood sugar, and provides energy. Pause. It is not an exaggeration to say that it can mark the difference between aging with limitations or doing so with fullness. In the next section, you will discover how to obtain this mineral naturally and practically, so that all these benefits are within reach of your daily life. 4. How to get magnesium naturally. We have already seen how important magnesium is and all the benefits it can bring to the health of older adults. Pause. But the big question is, how can we obtain it naturally? Pause. The good news is that magnesium is present in many everyday foods, and with a few simple changes in diet, it can make a huge difference. Foods rich in magnesium. Among the best sources are leafy green vegetables, pause, like spinach, chard, and kale. These greens not only provide magnesium, but also fiber and antioxidants that strengthen overall health. Pause. Adding a spinach salad at lunch, pause, or a green smoothie in the morning is an easy way to increase this mineral. Legumes such as beans, lentils, and chickpeas are also excellent allies. Pause. In addition to magnesium, they provide plant protein and help maintain steady energy throughout the day. Pause. A lentil stew or a chickpea soup can become nutritious and delicious meals. Nuts and seeds are another important source. Almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds provide not only magnesium, pause, but also healthy fats that protect the heart. Pause. A small handful as a mid-morning or afternoon snack may be enough to improve magnesium levels. Whole grains like oats, brown rice, and quinoa are rich in magnesium and much more nutritious than their refined versions. Pause. Replacing white bread with whole grain bread, pause, or including oatmeal at breakfast is a simple change with a big impact. Dark chocolate also deserves a place on this list. In small portions, it can be a rich source of magnesium, pause, while offering a healthy moment of pleasure, recommended amount. Specialists suggest that older adults consume between 320 and 420 milligrams of magnesium per day, depending on sex and health status. Pause. It may sound complicated to measure, but in practice, a balanced diet with vegetables, legumes, nuts, and whole grains usually comes close to the recommended amount. Practical tips to increase magnesium in the diet. 1. Add a handful of seeds to salads or yogurts. 2. Replace refined flours with whole grains. 3. Prepare legumes in stews or soups at least twice a week. 4. Include green vegetables in at least one main meal per day. 5. Use nuts as snacks instead of cookies or processed sweets. The importance of balance. Although food is the best way to obtain magnesium, pause, variety is essential. It is not about eating the same foods every day, pause, but about including a wide range to cover not only magnesium, but other essential nutrients as well. 5. Magnesium supplements. Yes or no? Although the ideal way to obtain magnesium is through food, the reality is that in many cases diet alone does not cover daily needs. Pause. Especially for older adults. This is when supplements can become a useful option. Pause. Always under medical guidance. When to consider a supplement. There are situations where supplements are recommended. When the diet is limited and does not include enough magnesium-rich foods. In people who suffer from digestive issues that interfere with nutrient absorption. For those taking medications that reduce magnesium levels, such as diuretics or some drugs for blood pressure. When blood tests show low levels of this mineral, types of magnesium supplements Not all supplements are the same, and each type has its own characteristics. Magnesium citrate, highly absorbable and can also help relieve constipation. Magnesium glycinate, ideal for those seeking to improve sleep and reduce anxiety, as it is gentle on the stomach. Magnesium oxide contains a large amount of elemental magnesium, but is less absorbable and may cause digestive discomfort for some. Magnesium chloride, widely used and easily found, though its strong taste is not liked by everyone. Important precaution. Although magnesium is essential, too much can be harmful. Exceeding the recommended amount may cause diarrhea, nausea, or in more serious cases, kidney problems. That is why supplements must be used with moderation and always under medical supervision. It is also important to check compatibility with other medications. For example, some antibiotics or thyroid drugs may lose effectiveness if taken at the same time as a magnesium supplement. 6. Myths and truths about magnesium. When it comes to minerals and supplements, doubts, confusions, and even false beliefs always appear. Magnesium is no exception. So let us separate myths from truth. Myth number 1. If I eat well, I always get enough magnesium. The truth is, not always. Although a balanced diet should cover the needs, many modern foods have lost part of their nutrients due to farming and refining processes. In addition, the bodies of older adults do not absorb magnesium as efficiently as they did in youth. Myth number 2. All magnesium supplements are the same. This is false. There are different types, such as citrate, glycinate, or oxide, and each is absorbed differently and serves specific purposes. It is not just about taking magnesium, but about choosing the one that best suits each individual. Myth number 3. The more magnesium, the better. This is another dangerous belief. Excessive intake can cause diarrhea, nausea, and kidney problems. The safest approach is to stay within the recommended doses, and if taking supplements, always do so under medical supervision. Important truth. Magnesium is essential for the health of older adults, and can significantly improve quality of life, but it must be obtained consciously, in balance, and safely. Throughout this video, we have seen how a mineral so simple and often forgotten, can have an enormous impact on the health and quality of life of older adults. Now it is time to recap, to answer the questions we left open at the beginning, and to hold on to the key ideas. At the start, I asked you if you had ever felt constant tiredness, trouble sleeping, nighttime cramps, or difficulty concentrating. And the answer is clearer than ever. In many cases, those symptoms are not just consequences of age, but signs that the body is lacking magnesium. We discovered that this mineral participates in more than 300 functions of the body. It is the conductor of the orchestra that keeps the heart, brain, muscles, bones, and even the digestive system in harmony. When magnesium is present in the right amount, the body functions with more energy, balance, and vitality. We saw that magnesium deficiency can cause cramps, insomnia, fatigue, memory loss, and high blood pressure. But the most encouraging thing is that by correcting that deficiency, benefits appear quickly: stronger bones, clearer memory, deeper sleep, a more stable heart, and renewed energy to enjoy each day. The best part is that magnesium is within everyone's reach. We can get it through everyday foods like leafy vegetables, legumes, nuts, whole grains, and even a bit of dark chocolate. And in cases where diet is not enough, supplements become a valuable support, always under medical guidance. We also debunked some myths. Not all supplements are the same. Diet alone is not always enough. And most importantly, taking more magnesium does not necessarily mean being healthier. Balance is the key. So if there is one thing I want you to remember from this video, it is that magnesium is not a luxury or a fad. It is a real necessity for older adults. Paying attention to this mineral can make the difference between living with limitations or doing so with vitality, mental clarity, pause, and the peace of mind of knowing your body has what it needs to work in harmony. And now it is your turn. Look at your diet, listen to your body, pause, and if you recognize any of the signals we mentioned, talk to your doctor about the possibility of improving your magnesium intake. Pause. It is never too late to take care of your health and take a step toward a fuller life. If you found this content useful, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and give the video a like. This way we can keep sharing clear and practical information to help you live better each day. Your well-being is our motivation. Pause, and together we can build a community of active, informed, and energetic older adults.